Hey everybody, it's Bill from Matt-Trakker.com, and on this episode of Behind the Mask, we're going to take a look at M.A.S.K 85, issue number 3. Now, for those of you who don't know, M.A.S.K 85 is a completely fan-made comic book based off of the original line, the original cartoon, and reimagined a little bit here. And we have issues 1 through 3. You can find them all on the website, Matt-Trakker.com. Right in the top bar, you can see them all right there. The creator has been gracious enough to let me host them. I'm honored because the amount of time and passion and just hard work that goes into this, it's and to have it be such quality too. If I did a comic, I would get to a point where I would probably rush through it because I would be so, like, I would let my fandom get in the way of anything, like, and I might rush something to get it done. But I commend the author, the creator, the artist. Like, there's all these different it's just funny. But yeah, let's take a look at the cover. But first, let me introduce Iris here. There she is. Yep. She's not going to have much input. Talking with the author right now, actually. I was giving him some feedback real quick. So, yeah, there's a really good cameo in this comic as well if you haven't seen it yet. But we'll get to that. So I'm going to start with the cover because what you have is you have Vanessa on top of Manta using her mask power, which is interesting that she would be doing that as opposed to using the missiles. So obviously she needed something a little bit more direct in her attack. The background really kind of lends this kind of foreshadowing element to it. You have these clouds that look like fire in the sky almost, and you kind of have like a sunset sky. You know, it's a little unnatural looking, but it sets a paradox between the calm and the battle that's going to ensue. That's my opinion. That's how I take it anyway. It's really well done, and it's one of the I think this one here, out of the 3 covers so far, that'll be a whole other thing. Actually, I'll save that one. So let's get to the first page. So we're presented with young Matt and young Andy, and Matt looks like, I think I had that same hair when I was a kid, and actually I think, yeah, just darker. I'll post a picture. So Andy has, you know, some technology on his back there, and he's talking with Matt, and they kind of have like a profound conversation of, you know, like, basically you don't have to, you know, you're already rich because look around you, like what you have type thing. It's actually, it's really well done because Matt, I don't remember there being any kind of flashbacks to Matt in the comics, especially in the cartoon. So it's cool to see that. But yeah, it's a good little nod there to like another time. I don't know what year that might be. If Matt's that young, it's probably 72, maybe, I would say. So we're in the Boulder Hill energy room here, and we have basically Matt giving a good pep talk about how the guys in that room can help take everybody, you know, they can help stop Venom, sorry. And you'll notice too that Matt is wearing the Ultra Flash outfit because the Spectrum mask is damaged. So Mayhem is getting ready to unfurl his plans, and you can see the difference between the tables here. Each one of them has a table that looks like the opening theme with the green lines, but Venom's is red, just like they've had throughout the series. And we have a nice little joking scene here where they're talking about trying to differentiate themselves. So, Buddy starts singing a M.A.S.K theme song, and it's actually pretty funny. So it's basically, yeah. So we got Dusty coming in with some pizzas. I don't know what a Dusty special is. I don't want to know what a Dusty special is. But yeah, we have, the Venom agents talking about their mission that they're going to go on tonight. And we have Brad and Hondo talking about like what Dusty's background was. And here he's talked about being a Navy SEAL. So it's pretty cool. So later on that night, we have the kind of the backdrop that we saw on the opening on the cover, where you have Viper, and it overtakes some of the other boxes, which it's an indicator because it wants to draw your attention to it. So we get a really good shot of not Viper, Switchblade, sorry. And I do that sometimes. I don't know why I do that. I only do that with Mayhem in Switchblade. I call it Viper. It's stupid. I don't know. I apologize. So everybody's kind of getting set up here. And so what they have is they have a tape that they're playing, and it's basically surrender or suffer. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to lure out the M.A.S.K team here, kind of the same way they did earlier, where they kind of split their focus, and it's going to lead to the eventual plot twist of this issue. But you see T-Bob there. Man, he actually looks good. I'm glad he doesn't talk. That's good. So we get a roll call going here, and Brad's out at a concert singing. Alex is sitting at home with his cat. It's just kind of funny to see that kind of transpire. Bruce is tinkering away, and Hondo is he's on Jeopardy, and he's getting called out of it there. So I feel bad for him. And there's also a little nod there, and his numbers there, 1985. M.A.S.K came out, the name of the comic, little Easter egg. So we have kind of something that doesn't happen often in the M.A.S.K series is kind of hand-to-hand close combat. So we have that going on between Alex, Bruce, Sly, and Dagger. And it goes on for a couple seconds here, and then we finally get a good use of Buddy's mask, Penetrator. He just comes flying through the wall and actually saves Bruce from being torched in the back of the head. And it's good to see Buddy get some forefront action here, because in the last two comics he was kind of a foil almost to the plot. So we get a cool action shot here of Thunderhawk and Manta, where they're going back and forth a little bit, and eventually Matt kind of brings her down the level of where Dusty's at, and they kind of go back and forth for a couple seconds here. And you can see that she tries to use wit, but Backlash stops it. So it's actually pretty cool. The water, I guess they're in a New York, maybe like a New York river. I don't know, because it's all like polluted and gross looking. It also could be Philadelphia too. So it's kind of it's an odd shot, but it also works because it helps the character stand out. Now we get a kind of a standoff between Matt and Mayhem. Neither one knows who they are right now, and we get some talking, back and forth, and Mayhem uses Viper on the Ultra Flash mask. So Matt has to take it off and exposes who he is to Mayhem, and then Matt recognizes that it is Mayhem, and he talks about melting basically Andy with Viper mask. Like I don't even want to imagine that scene, but he talks about regretting what he did to Andy. He was like a brother to him. But Matt, Miles tries to quantify it by saying, if only he had seen it my way. That's what most evil people do, is that they try to see, they try to look at their way as the right way, and whoever's wrong just is in the way. So Switchblade, I got it right. It takes out Thunderhawk, and what you have is what Mayhem and Venom are able to do is overtake all the Boulder Hill gas stations. Now, if you remember in the first comic, the Boulder Hill gas stations are a chain, and all of them are battle stations. So, and they're everywhere. So what they did was they overtook them, and now they're holding the world, or at least the United States, hostage. And there's a shot here of the Philadelphia Art Museum, and the one on the left is me. I don't think I look that good, so thank you. Like me, I'm glad I don't have this weird mark here that I got from my new dog. It works out pretty well. And I'm also hanging out with Mike Schmidt. I actually think it's really funny. So thank you for putting me in a comic. It's funny though, like, so 1985, I was 3. It's just funny to see me stand next to Mike Schmidt like that. So I appreciate that. So we get Brad coming in here, and he got there a little late, and what you have is basically Matt just kind of staring off like, I can't believe what happened. So the plan so far has gone Venom's way every time. And I did think I thought I was thinking like where this was going to go, but now I'm not 100% sure now. I'm going to save my thoughts though, because I don't want to, in this case I am right, which I'm probably not. I don't want to spoil it for anybody else for issue number 4. So again, here's the link. Follow the creator. Let them know what you're thinking. And support them, because without people like him, we don't get to have this new content like this from M.A.S.K. we can't rely on corporate America to do it. We can't rely on Hasbro. We can't rely on anybody like that because they don't put stock in it. They cut the IDW comic line too short. They didn't give it time. They brought back something without a marketing campaign and tried to force feed it, and it didn't work. You have to build it up. And the artwork and the writing in those was great too. It was just cut too short. I don't know if that was a Hasbro or an IDW thing, but it's a little bit criminal that it happened that way. But now you have these comics here, and you have other Facebook groups, you have other websites out there that are catering to M.A.S.K. They're talking about M.A.S.K. Whether it's good or bad, as long as it's in the forefront, it's never going to go away. And again, I'm just honored that the creator of this is letting me host it on Matt-Trakker.com. Again, I didn't do anything with these. I'm just the middleman, I guess. But I kind of humbled with it too, just to know that others are trying to keep it going. So until next time, this is Bill from Matt-Trakker.com, and I'll talk to you later.